And I'm Paul, and we're
doing
hacking it away at something. Yeah.
So like the hacksaw that it describes, there's a Charleston move where we look like we're hacksawing our way through our Charleston kicks. This is what it looks like.
Let's just show it from this orientation. So basic, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna make noises.
Push, push, ha, push, 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 ha.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's break that down a little bit. We talked about the kicks, which are basically like canting your body opposite of your kicking leg direction and pumping through. Letting your arms do a pumping motion helps keep your balance, as well as makes this interesting like compression and depression.
Now it's basically like you're walking your hands opposite your legs. So when your leg is out, your same hand on the same side is back. And notice that when you pump, you're rotating your shoulders and your hips are still not up like this, they're turned out a little bit.
Okay. So usually it starts with the follow going back and the lead going forward. And then we practice switching that to where the lead goes in the back and the follow goes forward and then back again. Okay, and then we connected and we did some experiments with a single pump and then reversing direction. Notice that when we change direction, that step still has that hold, that sort of hover quality before we put our foot down, just like with our regular Charleston.
So you can think of it like kick and hold step, kick and hold step, kick and hold step.
And then we added more kicks to it. 1, 2, 3, and hold step. 1, 2, 3, and hold step. And Paul mentioned that usually when you come into this, counting a song doesn't really help. You might enter a hacksaw on a 5 or a 6. So once you get into it, just think of it as a pump, 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 and hold step. Pump, 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 and hold step. Instead of trying to count 6, 7, 8, 1,
We started on 3, didn't we? 5,
Yeah.
7. Yeah.
Great. So then we worked on.
We talked about actually moving with our step on after the pump, so that we don't just kick in place like we showed just now. We're actually going 1, 2, 3, and when we said the hold step, we are actually stepping. Hold step. 1, 2, 3. Hold step. Why is this important, Lori?
So it gives a really good indication to the follow that they need to put that foot down. There's nothing like a directional movement from your lead, moving your core forward or backward, that causes you to put weight onto that previously high foot and begin kicking on another foot.
You might remember this from airplane. We'll go over this a little bit in a moment, but the same concept applied where we had our free feet and we came together and step down onto our free foot. Same thing happens here, except we're moving back, or in this case, forward, like we're walking together.
So the whole thing together, if you were to do the hacksaws, it's most comfortable to do 3 pushes, then a walk step, and then 3 pushes, and then a walk step, and then an exit. And that looks like this. Push, 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 walk step, push, 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 walk step, push, 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 walk step, push, 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 walk step. Okay, so on that last walk step, you're going to replace that with basically a kick up.
So let's show it from this side. So normally leads we would have 1, 2, 3, hold, step. What we're doing is we're doing the hold, but instead of the step, we're coming up with a kick, and we're doing something with our hands, which looks like this. It goes boom. It's like the down and apart we did with the airplane, except this time it's apart and up. Okay, so together. 1,
push, push, and kick up, rock step.
And after the rock step, of course, that could be the beginning of your 6 count figure or your 8 count figure or other Charleston.
And how do we get into this?
That's a great question. So, as always, we start from side by side, at least in this class. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. And then we do this little follow push out. 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 and you know the rest. From the side. On 4, 2, 3, 4, I'm already down, and then we kick 5, 6, 7.
And notice he lets me go so that the follow's hands drifts down and meets him hand to hand here. There was a question about how do we know the difference between this and a 20s entrance, because as you know, it's very similar, coming around and then doing 20s Charleston. The difference is that when we go into 20s Charleston, we're very much upright. So when he pulls me around, I'm maintaining my frame up, and when he lets me go, there's no choice but to put my foot down in a linear, upright direction. Whereas, when we go into this move, he's so bent over in that kick, by the time I lift my foot up, there's nowhere for me to kick but in this outward direction. If I were to try and kick downwards, I would just look rather awkward.
From back here, it looks rather awkward too. So yeah, you're right. Yeah. Let's show it from the other side as well.
Sure.
So you can see. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Down on 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7.
Yes. All right. So that was hacksaws. We also.
Exit.
Oh, and the exit.
So the full thing with the exit. Let's do the full thing with the exit. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So entrance, side by side.
3, 5. Dun 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 dun. Rock, step, kick, and swing out, whatever.
Yep. So we also did some extra tips from last week's Airplane Charleston about the exit, which was to think about as you're coming around. The leads are going to pull their elbows. Let me just turn you actually.
Yeah, I was going to turn it the other way. We're fighting each other a bit.
The leads are going to pull their elbows behind themselves to initiate this nice pull. Notice where Paul's elbows are in relation to his back. That's because he's pulled me directly into him and moved his chest a little bit just so that we don't chest bump. We don't really want that. But he's moved himself slightly away, but his motion with his arms are going directly backwards.
So body stays upright for both the lead and the follow. This comes from the arms and the fact that we're off balance. We could step away if we pushed away, but instead we just happen to pull forwards. And again, our arms come apart so that it's not awkwardly right in front.
And if you're ever, curious about how to do that, do our little exercise, which is I'm the best.
I'm the best here and out here.
And out here.
And out here.
This is like, yeah, you wanna look at the gun show?
I do. I've got my 6 shooters right here. That's right. Okay.
So you can think of it that way when you're thinking about trying to pull your elbows behind you to initiate a nice, solid, and smooth direction change for the follow.
An easy way that we practiced this was we just stood on our free legs, and then we waited for the leads to just decide to come in, and then freeze. So you can practice that on your own with your unsuspecting victim as you do this.
All right, so that's it for Charleston Level 2 in May 2014. We hope you had a great time. We had a good time too.
We did. Shall we actually review all the moves again? Just show them everything together.
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
All right, so as a compilation of everything that you know of the very difficult Charleston, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, kick throughs. We can also kick down the line.
Get that rotational energy pulling away from each other.
And remember on 5, 1, 2, 3, 5 is when we have our hands out. Then we do our magic footwork. And the magic footwork for the leads is just forward and back and forward. You do it whenever you'd like to. And we did airplane. Oh, we also did some variations on hand-to-hand.
Yes, we did. Let's do the variations first.
So let's say we're in hand-to-hand. 1 and down, kick and down, kick and down, kick and knees, knees, kick and knees, knees, kick and knees, and rock step. Cool. Aeroplane.
Airplane. So this is where we use our outside leg to kick through instead of our inside leg.
The magic count is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You can think of yourself as an airplane. Zoom, zoom.
And from this side? 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 3, 5, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what we just did.
Yep. So we think that you've got a lot of Charleston in your belt. It is a lot of fun. It's very cardio exercise. We hope you get a lot of mileage out of it. Come see us next month. Level 2, we're going to be doing swing outs. I think it's going to be taught by James and Katrina.
See you later.
Woo!
Ciao.